CEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
This is Finding Texas. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners tuning in with us here on Finding Texas, brought to you by the INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio. And here on Finding Texas, this is our first broadcast of 2026. Wow, our first broadcast of 2026 because it is currently January 2nd, the second day of the new year. So happy new year to everybody. And welcome everyone to our first show of the year. And this year we're going to start off. And since Texas is a big state, we have some very big plans for this year. We're going to talk about exactly how we prepare, how we plan before the actual plan. And before we dive a little deeper into that, let's see who else is on here with us. Looks like we have one of our own hosts, Brother Byrne. Brother Byrne, how are you?
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the viewers of INCRadio Texas, and of course, Finding Texas. Um, I'm doing great, brother Justin. It's been a year. How are you? We haven't seen each other for a year, actually.
If I hear that joke one more time, see you next year. and we
Yep.
also have and we also have Sister Wendy. Sister Wendy, how are you?
Good. Thank you for asking, Brother Justin and Brother Byrne. It has been a while since we've seen each other last year. So you
Oh
definitely
yeah.
beat the yeah. Yeah. And Happy New Year to everyone. Really excited that you are joining in with us to talk about big plans for 2026 and kickstarting 2026, the new year. All right, Brother Justin, what do we have in store for today?
Okay, all right. So, this year it's the new year, 2026. I'm sure we have a lot that we're looking forward to. I'm sure all of us do have those goals that we're planning for this year. I'm sure some many of our viewers and listeners have their own fitness goals. I hope everyone's going to stay committed to that. And of course, there are a lot of new destinations that we're going to definitely look forward to this year, whether it be on our own time and even especially here on this show too, where there's a lot that we are definitely looking forward to. But before we actually go on those trips, we're going to talk a little bit as far as to um how do we prepare for those? How do we because like we said earlier, Texas is a big state, which means we have really big plans for this. So how do we plan before the actual plan? Am I right? And of course, we can never forget to have our show without, of course, the question of the night, which is our question of the night, which is, um, what has been a highlighted travel for you in 2025? I'm sure all of us are still reminiscing some of our wonderful memories of 2025. So please let us know your answer in our live YouTube chat, and we'll be sure to read them at some point during our uh, show. So as we are moving forward with our program uh, uh, for tonight. So let's go ahead and ask each other here on this panel so far. Um so where did we go last year? So what's been a highlighted travel for us this year? I know, Sister Wendy, kind of like what you said last week. There were quite a few places that you went to last year. Queer Burn. I'm sure you also.
Yeah. Actually, it was my first time going to. Um, oh no, I forgot about it again. I went to. We went to the choir day on
Oh, in
in
Dallas.
Dallas. Yes, it was beautiful, very beautiful. It was my first time, so I'm like, there's a lot of preparation. Thank you for everyone who took care of the planning and stuff. It was wonderful. It was very wonderful. How
Uh,
about you, Sister Wendy? Do you
Yeah.
have any? Yep.
Yeah, well, first of all, Choir Day in Dallas sounds amazing. And I've seen a lot of wonderful photos and it was a really amazing event. And for myself for 2025, just a quick refresher or for those of you who didn't get a chance to catch us last week, the 2025 highlights for me was Philadelphia for the first time. We actually went there twice last year. And then also Hawaii, which I know Brother Justin has a lot to share on that one as well. And then also, there you go. And then also a little bit closer to Houston, we did go to San Antonio, specifically different state parks, a lot of outdoor times there. And so I do want to pivot real quick then to like one universal preparation for me, like no matter far distance, international, or within the US, even a road trip or with planes, I think one major part of my planning is research. I love to do research and I actually love to put together, you can ask my husband, but I love to put together an itinerary with like morning, lunch, dinner, and then
Or
like
you
the
plan
different
the
days.
meals out too.
Yep, yep. Well, yeah. I want to make sure
Well, of
we
course, Justin,
maximize.
you want to know where the best foods are. You can't
Yeah,
just go there and
exactly.
Yeah, but
uh
I didn't think it would. Okay, now the more I'm saying is, the more I'm realizing how smart that is.
don't if I go to Austin, don't you want me to go to that famous barbecue place?
Oh,
Of
hands
course,
down,
yes.
hands
Yeah,
down.
of course. For Sister Wendy, it's a lot of planning, I bet.
That is true. And I think one big thing is researching the etiquettes or just highlights on like what to do or what
Yes, the
not to
etiquettes,
do.
definitely
Yeah.
the
And I think,
etiquettes.
Justin, I would want to hear about Hawaii because I know it's a special place and there's a lot of like to-dos where a lot of people know, but hey, what are some of the not to-dos or highlights?
Oh
If you
yeah,
don't mind
I need
sharing.
to ask a question there too. I want to ask a
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right. So, so kind of like what I said last week. Well, we spoke about a lot of things that I did there, and of course, yeah, that's something that every tourist should do. They should always look at the things that they should do. They're like going to the beach, going on these tours, reserving a spot to go to these island celebrations, taking into the culture. Yeah, like tourists should be more than welcome to do that. But of course, they should also see what are the things look at the things that they should not do there because uh because uh because before I went to Hawaii, I wanted to know I really wanted to know some of the things I really should not do there because knowing that Hawaii, it's one of those places that a lot of tourists like to go to. They like to have a lot of fun there around the islands, around the area, in the cities. And when you get caught up in the fun, of course, it can easily get out of hand. Like there are things that you could do that can really upset the locals, upset the local government, and even upset the island itself. And so one of the things that I learned, and I definitely saw why this was important when I was there, is that and most of this stuff is very common sense. But if a sign says something, then follow it. Like if you see a sign that says "Don't climb here," "Don't go beyond this point," "Don't cross here," "Don't go here," "Don't go there," uh, "Don't leave this here," then yeah, there's a reason for that. Because what because for some of these signs, what you see beyond those signs, it's actually a pretty some of those places are actually pretty dangerous. Like some of those signs are actually barriers to keep people from going into a certain part of the island, because if you see beyond that island, I forgot where this was, but you see how strong the current really was. Yeah, so if someone like if let's say if someone does go beyond that sign and they accidentally do get caught in that current, it can be a pretty dangerous uh situation. And another thing that I learned in my research, kind of like what you did, Sister Wendy, you said you wanted to do your research as far as things you wanted to do. I did research as far as things I did not, I should not do. And then, in summary, it's really just respecting the local wildlife. If you see a certain a local animal over there in Hawaii, whether it be a certain bird or even a sea turtle, it's best to leave them alone. Like, don't feed them, don't pick them up. Like, if you see them wherever it is you are, you're you're fine right where you are. Yeah, you can just admire those animals from a distance, or even or if you're able to step away further, then yeah, it's a lot better. And then and yeah, like I said, take care of the wildlife. Another way you could do that is is of course picking up after yourself. And then I definitely saw this too because we were eating outside, like there because there's this local market when we were there, and then we were eating outside, and then one of our food wrappers accidentally gets caught in the wind. And then me and my cousin were trying to rapidly grab the food wrapper, and we see a bunch of other locals struggling to grab it because that's how much we care about the island. We didn't want to make a mess. And then, and on top of doing that, you can actually make the island a better place too. So, doing your research before traveling can really have its value.
That is true. Thank you for sharing. What about you, Brother Byrne? How do you usually prepare for a trip aside from doing research, planning, etc.?
Well, of course.
I like to
Oh,
know how he likes to pack before a trip.
oh, not the packing. Okay, okay. First of all, I get ready. So before everything, planning and stuff. I always pray. You know, before I plan for a vacation, I always pray, is it gonna be good for me, or you know, because you don't know what will happen for what will happen to you. But for packing, as as possible as I can pack my things, I just need a backpack, even if for a week or month or you know,
Just
because
a backpack?
just a backpack. That's it.
And that can fit your clothes, your shoes, your toiletries. That's all you need.
Yes, but the backpack is like what, a size of a truck.
Oh, mm,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
all right.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
Yeah,
not
just a backpack.
surprised.
Just a backpack. I'm fine with it because I can do laundry after that. Like what, 5 or 6 set of clothes, and then 2 pairs of shoes, 6 pairs of socks. That's it. No, you can't. You can't. If you need a new clothes, then you can buy one for cheap. Go to those cheap stores that they have, thrift stores. There you go. Those save me a
Surprising,
lot.
surprisingly, the local thrift stores wherever you're traveling, they have some pretty cool stuff. You never
Uh
know what
huh.
you're gonna find if you're out traveling,
Oh
right,
yeah.
Sister Wendy?
Totally agree. Yeah, you just go there and listen to the locals, and you may never know what you may
Trust
find.
the locals,
There you
exactly.
go. Carrying that phrase from our last episode.
Oh yeah. You have
Although
to learn
I
about your
don't.
locals too if you want
Hmm.
to go to a place. We went to we went no, it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. We went to Arizona, right? So most of the civilization there is no civilization, but people there are Native Americans. So
Wow.
yeah, when we went to a
Okay.
store, we went to this gas station, and all of them were like looking at us. I was like, why are they looking at us? So I didn't search beforehand, right? I didn't research of what I mean, there are Native Americans there. So we're like looking at the stores, everyone is looking. Uh we gotta go. I told them we gotta go
Oh,
because everyone's
uh-oh.
looking at us. It's
Uh-oh.
not a bad thing because they just but I'm like, okay.
But did you know why they were looking at you like that?
Not at all. I just had like a hunch, like, oh,
Or you just appeared different from them?
I might be one of those in the movie that got captured and went away or something. Just kidding. Yep. So you got to search for what are the locals. I mean, who is living there or how many population. So just
Trust
to
the
be safe.
locals.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Trust the locals, and I'm glad we're really talking about planning before our actual plan. So I kind of want to bring this up to all of us here, and even to our viewers and listeners who are also listening with us. So Sister Wendy, you talk about preparing before the trip, but how do you stay prepared once you're actually there?
That is definitely a good question. I think it's to keep an open mind as well, because we did a lot of homework beforehand. Once we land, if there's any contingencies or anything, just keep an open mind and understand that it might be a part of the experience, and always reach out to locals. Ask someone who's living there, and usually, at least from my personal experience so far, if you're being courteous to people there and genuinely asking for help or questions, people are usually really nice to you, and they'll really share insights with you too. And sometimes when I take rides, like a local Uber, or or local rides to get somewhere for transportation, depending on the situation, safety first, everyone. But if the situation is there, I usually ask them, like, hey, how has the city evolved, or how long have the person been there? And that's one of the places that I also learn a lot from the locals as well, because they will share insights with me. But a lot of the times, if you have internet, or if you keep an open mind and are willing to ask for help, or just be open to the experience there, I think that really helps in terms of staying prepared when you're there. How about you, Brother Byrne? In terms of, like, how do you stay prepared once you get to your destination?
Um Actually, I can say this now. Um I delegate this to my wife.
There you go.
I'm just there to open
I
the
was not
TV.
expecting that.
Yep. I'm just there to open a TV, watch, and I ask, where do you want to go? See? If you ask her first, then it's a happy trip.
Like
Where do you want to go?
travel.
Where do
Yep.
you want to eat? Where do you want to stay? See? It's easy. You just need you need to be a mind reader. You
You
gotta
need the
ask your
wife's
wife.
approval.
Yep. And you need yep. So hello, Sister Camille.
I feel like she's right next to you as you're saying that.
Oh no, she's working right now. But she's tuning in though. So
Okay, all
yeah.
right.
Yep. All I do is relax in the bed. Mm. Where do you want to go? There you go.
Okay, all right. Wow. Well, thank y'all so much for sharing that with us. I definitely want to continue this discussion when it comes to having these big plans before going on our trips, especially whether it be here in this big state or outside of it, whether it be within here in the United States or even internationally. But let's see what some of our viewers and listeners have to say about this. Like, looks like we have username R Demesa 95, who says, a highlighted travel for 2025 was going to Texas for the first time after living in California my whole life. And he's tuning in from Edinburgh, Texas. And we have our very own multimedia advisor who's tuning in from here in Austin, actually. And he's greeting everyone a happy new year. And we have our CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talents, who says, come and visit us here in Houston. There's a lot of places you'll enjoy visiting. I'm sure Sister Wendy can attest to that. And we also have some viewers who are tuning in from the Kabbalah's GWS from the Kabbalah's Group Worship Service of Magahan District of Quezon City. Wow. And we also have our very own Mario Oka from the local congregation of Brixtonville, District of Calacocan North in the Philippines, tuning in with us. Hello, Brother Mario. And we also have a Joselito Sabayan, who says, travel highlight for us for 2025 is, of course, our trip to the Philippines for my son's wedding. Wow, congratulations, Joselito. And we also have Priscilla Batan. I hope I pronounced that right. Hello, everyone watching from Rizal. Happy New Year, beloved brethren around the world, and stay blessed and stay healthy. We also have a username Armand David 6740 who says finances get local currency. That's very important to do. Get the local currency depending where you are, and carry diverse payment methods, and don't and don't shop with children. And we also have a username, Army Martin, who says, "We spent a week in Japan where my daughter met my parents for the very first time." Wow, that's very beautiful to know. And we also have a Lydia Jordan 8710, who says, "Highlight of 2025 was taking my kids to Disneyland and California Adventure for the first time ever. Love creating memories for our little family." That's always a highlight when it comes to traveling. And we also have Olivia Castillo, who says, "Happy New Year to brethren around the world. Happy tuning in to INCRadio, Texas." We have Leona Ayes, who says, "When I was traveling before, first I contact the brethren in that place, and I reach out to the minister in that place and for insights and ideas." So it's like what we've been saying: trust the locals, because only the locals will know the area like the back of their hand. And lastly, we also have let's see, Mariel. Moronco, I have to get used to the last name change. My highlights from 2025 are participating in the choir special gathering and having our wedding back to back. Wow, talk about a blessed weekend. Wow, thank you so much to our viewers and listeners for tuning in for answering our question of the night. If you do not know, if you're tuning in right now and you don't know our question of the night, it is, what has been a highlighted travel for you in 2025? Please let us know in our live YouTube chat, and we'll do our best to read your answers at some point during the show. So, Sister Wendy, I kind of want to answer your question about staying prepared, and it kind of piggybacks off of what Brother Byrne was saying. But uh, I overpack on socks, and I've said this before here.
So, out of all things, why socks?
Okay, because for socks, if there's anything I need to keep warm and dry, it's my feet. I don't like having wet feet, and that's something that my coach told me, because if you have wet feet, that's going to lead to a lot of sickness. And it's been proven in history too. I forgot where. But yes, it definitely socks. And even now, like even just every day, I always have a one or two pairs of extra socks with me, because I never know if I'm gonna step into a puddle, or for whatever reason I find myself in a pool of water for whatever miraculous reason. That's how I stay prepared.
But Justin, do you know that you can put on in your socks a bag of tea to stay to make it stay fresh? And if it get wet, you have a nice tea after that.
Oh, I'll take that into consideration.
I don't think I've heard that before, Brother Bird.
Yeah. That's
Something new.
that's how you pack. Gotta make sure, gotta take into consideration everything that will happen. You know. hmm
Yeah, and so I think we've talked a lot about, like, how do we prepare, and then how do we stay prepared, and even look back a little bit on 2025. So I think this question, I want to pivot over to you, Brother Justin. What can we look forward to in the new year in 2026?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to describe it, because a lot of what we'll be seeing in our next future shows here on Finding Text will be a little hidden. Yes, we're gonna see a lot of what we might be seeing will be a little hidden, because that's what we're gonna talk about in this season two of Finding Text, is hidden gems.
I like that. I like the sound of that, brother Justin.
Yes, hidden gems, because I'm sure a lot of us here in our cities, there's really deep down into our cities and our neighborhoods. There's actually a lot more to see, a lot more to do, but the problem is a lot of people don't know about it, but they should. So all of us here on Finding Texas, we're actually going to dive a little deeper into our cities and find these hidden gems. I'm excited for that. Are y'all excited for that? Because I am. I already have
Of
a place in
course,
mind.
of
Of
course, you
course.
can put in here. Trust the locals.
Trust the
There
locals.
you go.
That's the word of the day. Or I mean the night.
It's a word. It's a phrase of the night for the second time around. we Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm really excited for those hidden gems. Are you excited for that, Sister Wendy?
Yeah, of course. We're excited to share all that we can offer in Houston. And I know we also have Austin, Humble, and so many more.
Yes, all right. So to all of our viewers and listeners, please keep tuning in to Finding Texas, and we'll see exactly what some of those hidden gems are here here in this part of Texas throughout our season 2 of Finding Texas. And I can't help but reading this comment right here from Jean Velasco, who says, "My travel back to my hometown in Guam in October was where I was raised, and that's and looks like that's where she visited." Back in October. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Sister Jean. And thank you so much to all of our viewers and listeners for tuning in with us here so far on our first broadcast of Finding Texas for 2026. And before we wrap up, of course, we can never forget to thank our multimedia advisor, Brother Mark Angelo Delos Reyes, our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talents, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caretativo, our executive producer, Brother Manuel Endaya, our station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Arano Vimanalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Bob. And to all of our viewers, listeners, please once again don't forget to keep tuning in to season 2 of Finding Texas, which is every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, or every Friday at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel. That's INC Radio DZEM 954. And coming after this, we have Feel at Home presented by the Caribbean Satellite Studio. So thank you so much to our viewers and listeners for tuning in with us. We'll see you next time.